I said, don't move. Good, you listened. Most don't. Most whirl around with a knife in one hand and fear in the other. You, at least you only stiffened a bit. Now, slowly turn and face me. Interesting. You are not what I was expecting. Well, you don't have a pitchfork, no hunting rifle, just a satchel and a notebook. And entirely too much curiosity. Who are you? And what are you doing here in my woods? An investigator. Of course you are. They always start being a bit more curious about things that happen in the village every 60 or so years. Only an investigator would follow impossible tracks into a forest after sunset. You should not be here. No, it wasn't a threat. It was advice. There is a difference. Because these woods become a very different place after dark. The paths remember the older roads. The mist refuses to stay where it belongs. Things wander that no human map has ever acknowledged. And before you ask, no, I'm not one of them. Well, not exactly. You do realize you're staring. Well, I suppose anyone would stare at seeing a wolf transform into a man before your very eyes. Yes, the eyes. Everybody notices the eyes at first. I suppose to humans it is a strange colour. The golden amber eyes of a wolf rather than a human motley brown or something. No, they're real. I was born with them, or perhaps became them, depending on how you tell the story. You have another question. I can hear it before you ask, but go on. I stand corrected. My name, Parik. No surname. Just Parik. Well, I used to have a surname, but it was not worth giving. At least not anymore. And yours? I'll remember that. Names matter out here, especially in places like this. You should be careful who hears your name spoken aloud. No, it isn't superstition. Well, perhaps it is. But superstition often begins as someone surviving long enough to warn everyone else about it. You're writing. Interesting. You're documenting all of this. Our entire conversation, you're just going to list down so you can refer to it later, like some news reporter. And who, may I ask, do you think is going to believe that you have just met some kind of spirit in the woods? Who is going to believe that you came face to face with a Faoladh? Do all investigators do that? Or is it only the very brave ones? Hmm. Well, you're persistent. I'll give you that. Tell me, why are you really here? Livestock disappearing, strange howls, footprints, locals refusing to leave their homes after dusk. Huh. That certainly sounds familiar. And what did they tell you I was? A monster. Hmm. They usually do. I guess to a human brain, it's a lot simpler that way. If something doesn't fit inside the ordinary understanding in the human world, they call it a monster. Have you ever noticed that in all your years of reporting? Am I dangerous? It's a fair question, I suppose. Sometimes is the answer to that. To the right people, never without reason. No, I did not kill their sheep, though I know what did. No, I'm not telling you. At least not yet. Because you haven't decided whether you believe your own eyes. You're still trying to convince yourself that there's a perfectly ordinary explanation to everything here, including me. You're trying to think like a human. And in this place, that's not going to help. Look, go ahead. Look properly. Really listen to the things around you. Everything around you is not designed for humans. It's simple. You just stop trying. Stop trying to see things as a human and see things the way an animal of the woods would. I should have known it was too difficult for you to keep up. All right, what's your next question? The scars. Oh, now that is a story. Those came later. Most stories worth telling leave marks. No, there's not another of my kind in these woods. You're wondering if wolves still live here? There's a few. Most people avoid them. A lot of the time, they're wiser than humans. You've read about the Faoladh. Huh. Now that is unexpected. There's not many outside Ireland that know the old stories. Even fewer remember them correctly. Well, yes, most think we are werewolves. They always use that word. It's close enough to be wrong. The Faoladh aren't cursed. Never were. We don't lose ourselves beneath the moon. We aren't bitten. We aren't infected. We are, I guess the closest thing in English is guardians. Or we were a long time ago, before roads, before churches, before kings decided forests should have borders. The old clans believed certain souls walked beside the wolves instead of above them. And when danger came, those souls answered. Sometimes as people, sometimes not. And that is what wanders these woods. You say you came here to investigate why the local village has never experienced a nightmare or night terror in the past 100 years. That is because of me. I kept the village safe from everything in this dark wood. Absolutely everything. I consume them before they even develop into an evil spirit capable of affecting a human brain. Why? Because it's what we do. We're guardians. You don't look frightened, considering where you are and how out of your depth you are. You don't look frightened. Curious. Curious again. You know something? That curiosity may get you killed someday if you keep wandering into the Fae realm like this. Of course you're in the realm of the Fae. How else do you think you're able to see me? Well, either that or you're very wise. But I don't know you well enough to call you wise yet. Stay behind me. Now. Easy. Easy. I know you're there. Come out. It's up to you. Come out, or I go in. Well, better safe than sorry. Just a red fox. Well, it should be a comfort to you that only frightened things try to survive. The fox isn't afraid of me. Did you happen to notice? Sometimes the arrogance of humans astounds me. It was running from you. Well, that's actually a pretty simple explanation. Animals know intent better than people. They understand honesty, even when it's unpleasant. They understand where they fit into the world. You are still watching me, trying to solve me. You investigators. They send you people every couple of centuries or so just to find out why people are sleeping better in the village than they ever have. Then they lose interest. I've answered at least 2 of these questions before, and nothing has stuck. Everything has to be more evidence, measurements, observations, conclusions. What if something exists? Take me, for example. What if something exists simply because it does? No reason, no experiment, just life. You don't like unanswered questions, do you? I can tell, you know. Neither do I. That's why I'm still here. That's why I've spent all these centuries finding out what is really living in these woods. Because this wood is seated in the very hotbed of a magical energy that even I haven't managed to figure out yet. But all I know is something dark lives in these woods, and I've been hunting it for a very long time. But something has changed. The forest is a lot quieter than it used to be. Birdsong ends far too quickly. The deer have moved north. Even the streams. Listen. Listen. It's been worrying me for a very long time. Which means maybe perhaps I shouldn't worry too much about the fact that you're here. No, I don't mean you're causing it. I mean whatever is causing it knows you're looking. That's rarely a comfortable position to occupy. You should head back before night settles. No, I'm not dismissing you. I'm trying to keep you alive. Fine, I'll walk with you, only until the old stone bridge. After that, the forest remembers the proper roads again. Don't smile at me like that. I didn't say I liked you. I said I wasn't willing to let you become another missing persons report. Entirely different. Ugh. Come along. Stay close. And if I tell you to run, don't ask why. Just run. Oh, believe me, there are far scarier things in this wood than wolves or any kind of physical creature. You know, for an investigator, you're remarkably quiet. You've only asked me a few questions. Maybe that's why the forest hasn't entirely rejected you yet. Because if it had, you would have just been going round and round and round in circles. So, let's see whether it decides to keep you. Because once we reach the stone bridge, that is when we really find out whether the forest lets you go or whether it keeps you here. Stay close. To find out, out, to find, to find out, out, to find out.
Out.
Northern Irish accent is very difficult. To whatever else, to whatever else lives in these. One of my sound panels has come loose. See, I wasn't making it up. It was really hot. Oh, can't you just stay in position? Oh, I need a different studio. Don't misapprehend my. No. That's too difficult to say. I mean, it's not like I like you or anything. Watch this. Why did I do the sound effect? Add the sound effects later. That's kind of how this works. It was just a little fox. Just a little fox. I think I need a break.